Hi guys, welcome to Code Artisan Lab. This is 7th video of our learning management system in Django with React.js. In this video, we are going to talk about the token authentication. Okay, in this video, we will see that how we can implement this token authentication and how it works. Okay, so in our previous video, in this sixth video, I have just defined the DRF authentication with the help of basic simple authentication. Okay, let's see this. So if I want the all data of teachers, then here it is showing the authentication credentials were not provided. So if I'll go to the login, this login is showing because I have implemented the permission class authenticated. Now if I'll implement the login, okay, then it will redirect me to the resources. Okay, now so this is working as a, you can say, if I'll log in, then it is saved that it saved the data in the session, and then next time when I hit the URL, it read the session and provides me data, and it confirms that the user is logged in and it is working. So suppose I'm not hitting this URL via web framework, I'm hitting this URL via mobile, then how it will work? Okay, so I have to every time I have to send the username password. Then this is the one option I'm saying. Then one option is I have to send the username and password, then I will check every time in my database, and then I will send the request. Okay, so we can do this, we can override this with better option. We can use the token authentication. So what it will do, let's see. So we will save the token. It is a random characters. Okay, it is a random, you can say 20 or 24 characters or 30 characters. Okay, random numeric and string, and we will save against the user. Okay, we will save against the specific user in the database. So whenever we send the request from our browser to the server, then we will also send the token. Okay, then token will match, and then we can get the resource. So this token authentication is working like this. Okay, so we provide the credentials, and then from the client we send the credentials to the server. This is the server, or you can say the database. Okay, and then after that it provides us the token. Okay, it provides us the token, and every time we send the whenever we want some data or we send the request, then we will send the token also, so that it can authorize that the person is the so that we can authenticate the request. Okay, so how this token authentication is working. Okay, so let's implement this. So we will see that how we can implement this in a Django REST framework. Okay, so let's implement this. So first of all we need to, so Django provides us the way, the REST framework provides us a way to do that. So first of all what we will do, first of all we need to REST framework auth token in our installed apps. Okay, so in our installed apps we need to add a REST framework auth token. Okay, then second we need to provide this permission classes. Okay, default authentication classes, and I'm adding token authentication. Okay, so this is the step number one. In the second step we need to create the token against the, okay, so before creating the token we need to migrate the table. We need to migrate this. So whenever you add this REST framework token, okay, then you have to migrate the you have to run the migration. Okay, so let's run the migration. Py manage.py migrate. I have already run this command. So let's go to, I will run the server. Let's go to database, and here you can see that I have auth token underscore token table, and here it will save the token. Okay, and this will save against the user. Okay, so we have created the token. Now it's time to use how we can use this token. Okay, so how we can use this. So actually I have explained you that here we will save the token, but I have not explained you that how we can create the token. So let's see how we can create the token. So I will say py manage.py. This is the command that so that we can create the token. This is the one option. Okay, we can also create the token when we send the request. Okay, and then we have to we will first of all we will log in, and then we will okay, that option we will see later, we will see in upcoming video. Just just understand this thing. We have created the we have defined the auth token in our installed app. The second option, we have created the we have run the migration. Now the third option is third step is we have to create the token. So py manage.py drf create token, and then I'm going to create this I'm going to recreate this for the same user, so that I'm adding this minus r flag. So minus r admin, so this will create token. Okay, so here you can see that. Now if I refresh this, so here you can see that the token is refreshed. Okay, now I will copy this. Okay, and I will save this in a notepad, because I'm going to use this. Okay, so I have created the token, and the token saved in database. Now what I will do, I will run the server. Now I'm not going to request the resources from this browser. I'm going to I'm going to request this URL from the Postman. So Postman is a client. So with the help of this tool, you can hit any URL with the method get post or any method. Okay, so how we can send the token with this URL request. Okay, so understand this thing. So when this is working with the get method, so when we send this, then we have to send the authorization header with this string. So remember, this is the string that we have created, and this is the string we have to pass this string token with this token keyword. Okay, so token keyword space this created token, okay, with this authorization header. Okay, so let's define without authorization. Let's define this without authorization. Now it will work with token, not with the basic authentication, because we have added this default. You can see here we have added the default authentication classes, so that it is not, it is overriding this basic authentication. Now it is saying that authentication credential not provided. Now we will go to the Postman, and when we go to the send this request, then we will say authentication credential not provided. Now I will tick this. It means I am sending this header. Here you can see that I am sending this header with authorization key with this value. So send this. So here you can see that now I'm getting the data. Okay, it means it means DRF authorized our request, authenticated our request. Okay, so this is the authentic token authenticating request is its internal process, but we are seeing that how we can work with this. Okay, so if you are working with a browsable, then you have to work with the login. Okay, and if you are work with a pure API, it means if you are if you are working with the URL from different platform, then you have to use the token. Okay, there are so many ways to authenticate the request. We can use token, we can use basic authentication, we can use session, but in this project I will just discuss about this two authentication. One is basic and another is token based authentication. Okay, so I hope you understand all the things. Let's let me again explain you. The first thing, we need to add the app in the we need to add this app in our installed apps REST framework auth token. Then we have to set the default authentication class, or you can set the secondary authentication class REST framework authentication token authentication. Then the second step is we have to create migration. We have to implement the migration. Okay, so then it will create the table here. Okay, and after that you need to run this command py manage.py drf to create token. Okay, and then you have to create token with this user. So this is the username, and I am adding this minus r because I'm recreating the token. Okay, so this is the token. Okay, and after that we will go to the Postman or any API client. Then with the help of get method, okay, I'm sending the request with authorization header. Okay, so here you remember one thing: if you are sending this token, then set this token keyword as well. Okay, so after that, when you send the request, it will return the response. Okay, so I hope you understand all the things. So if you have any query, then please add in the comment section. In the next video, we will work on other things. Okay, we will work on the other models, and then we will move to the React.js. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video. Please see this video again and again, so that you can understand the things easily. And if you still, and then uh, even if you have any query, then please add in the comment section. You can message me on Instagram, you can follow the Facebook page, you can add message also there. And you can check my previous project on GitHub. And this is paid, this is I'll say this is not a paid project, but you can get this project with small donation via PayPal or via Razorpay. Okay, I will appreciate that. And please subscribe this channel. So thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much.